When you travel with a greater purpose, everything becomes a lot easier. Hey, my name is Torf Jensen. Welcome to Redefining Adventure. Today we're going to talk about exploring ethically. First, let me be clear. I think anyone wanting to go on a big adventure should go for it. And this video has not been made to make it more difficult for aspiring adventurers to realize their dreams. On the contrary, when you travel with a greater purpose, everything becomes a lot easier. So here's 10 tips for you to get started. Do your research about local communities in the area you want to travel to. Find a purpose or a cause that you want to support and advocate for. Identifying a good cause will likely connect you with local organizations that have people on the ground, which means you'll already have a connection to the place. Always start by stating your business and paying respect to the elders of the community. And that could be a minister of the church, local government officers, or the chief. These people with the authority can guide you and introduce you to the rest of the community and ensure that everyone knows why you're there. And this will help you avoid misconceptions that may impact on the local community and relationships. Exchange of gifts is a common practice when greeting people in most cultures. You don't have to hand out gold watches. A postcard from your home or some sweets is a good start. I have a friend who carries a mini printer so he can hand out those photos that he just took. Helping in the garden or teaching in the school is another way to show your appreciation. Cultural obligations of hospitality and caring for guests can actually put a strain on your hosts. An uneven sharing of wealth or prestige associated with hosting a visitor can actually create some drama. So take advice from village leaders who can guide you. If you like Redefining Adventure, give us a thumbs up and a like. There are many ways of perceiving the world, and these views have enabled local people to thrive for millennia. Just look at the dreamings here in the Northern Territory or Australia, that have guided the First Nation peoples for over 60,000 years. Keep an open mind about different cultures or religions or spiritual values and practices. Ask questions respectfully, and most people will be happy to explain. There's nothing like the local cuisine that will teach you about the surrounding environment and culture. In most places, food production and gathering is the main part of daily life. I once lived on root vegetables, coconuts, herbs, and spring water for 7 days, and I've never felt better. Land is always governed in one way or another, and some areas can be taboo. So always ask for guidance and permission, and people are usually really proud and happy to help you point in the right directions. And they can also warn you if you are walking into a dangerous area. Sadly, most of the developing world is still marked by genocide and wealth extraction of colonization. So by knowing the local history, you can see the world in a broader context, and this can guide you on your conduct and purpose. This is a way to gain deeper understanding of the places we visit. And staying in a place in one time also prolongs your experience and that relationship you build up with the locals. And it's a beautiful way to experience something that short-term visitors never would have an idea of. You may already be sharing your experiences live on social media. So why not keep the ball rolling now that you have an insight that very few people have? You may have learned about climate challenges, logging, or the needs of local organizations. Advocate by sharing pictures and links, or start a fundraiser. Even after your adventure, I think it's important to give back and keep that relationship alive. That's what I did with the sailors from our circumnavigation around New Guinea. Now I help Justin and Sanakoli with their canoe building school called Pasana Group. When you travel with a purpose beyond yourself, things become easier. You receive goodwill from hosts and develop meaningful relationships with locals. And when the going gets tough, you're more likely to persevere when others depend on your success. So how much or how little altruism you can manage is up to you. But I would say if you have the means to pull off a great adventure, you also have the means to give back. And finally, this approach makes gathering support for your next adventure a lot easier.